Seasons of the sacred, sacred time. The sacred is a quality of the soul, of our inner being and the inner being of the earth. The experience of the sacred follows the rhythms of the soul and of the earth, the cycles of becoming, the seasons of life. In today's world, we are caught in an image of time as an endless flow of minutes, days, and years that never return, a river of time that is always passing. We rarely think anymore of time as cyclical, as the days of movement of light and dark, or the years as a pattern of returning seasons. Most of us do not live on the land, with its rhythm of sowing and harvesting. We have almost forgotten how the outer movement of time can reflect the time of the soul. Few still mark the year with the saints' days, or the prayers, rituals, or dances that belong to sacred days. Nor do we hear the monastery bells that, before the arrival of clocks, mark the day for both the monks and the medieval farmers, beginning with matins and ending with vespers. This deeper cycle of sacred time that was known to our ancestors linked the greater and lesser events of their lives, the days, the seasons, and the years. To quote Ecclesiastes, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which has been planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace." This deeper rhythm of time is the rhythm of the sacred. To be in the presence of the sacred is to be present in a time very different from what we experience in our rush days with the constant demands of the clock. It allows us to listen to a rhythm of meaning, understanding our place within the patterns of time that link the growth of a seed to the phases of the moon and the movement of the stars. To live in sacred time is to be present in how this greater pattern connects with our own soul, our inner being, in which every breath is a sacred moment. But despite our forgetfulness, despite our heated or air-conditioned homes and offices, our disconnection from the soil, the seasons still speak to us, from the first warm breath of spring to the cold winds of winter. The seasons remind us of our deeper roots and the rhythms that are our heritage. As we get older, we can also begin to sense the same seasons in the passage of years, from birth and childhood to old age, when our body's energy lessens before time returns us to the earth. In the unfolding of our soul, we can recognize similar patterns. In previous times and cultures, this inner unfolding was marked by initiations, by sacred rites of passage. Now, for most of us, there are few outer initiations. Instead, if we pay attention, we can come to feel the seasons that define our own soul. We can learn to respect and appreciate the way time speaks to us, how its wisdom is within us. The poems and images that weave through this book are separated into different seasons, the different ways the sacred unfolds into our life. Putting aside our daily concerns and our mind's clutter, we can learn to be present to the presence of the sacred in each moment. Every moment is unique, offering its own way to connect to what is deepest within us, to the wonder and mystery of being fully alive. 10,000 flowers in spring, the moon in autumn, a cool breeze in summer, snow in winter. If your mind isn't clouded by unnecessary things, this is the best season of your life.